You see stories of people who, like, smoke a pack a day and they live to be, like, 100. I mean, with my luck, that'll be me because I'm still alive somehow.
Yeah, I feel like that too. So always, I'm just kind of like, I'll be the one that's doing all this terrible stuff to myself and somehow survive.
God, this will really age poorly if something happens. I put the kitten in the other room because she was being a little nightmare.
No. Kittens.
I know. I like what you said about it's a good thing they're so cute because otherwise no one would be able to stand them.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like we wouldn't keep them long enough to turn into cats if they weren't so damn cute.
Do you have a tagline?
I do not.
Okay, I have one.
Okay.
Hello, friends, and welcome back to another episode of Pickles and Vodka, the mental health podcast where we're burning in hell. I'm Chris.
And I'm Lauren.
And once again, we are recording on a holiday.
Mm-hmm. We tend to do that, because usually we don't care.
Yeah, it's the 4th of July, and we don't give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
We're also in the middle of a heat wave.
Yeah.
Hence the burning in hell.
That's what I figured, because...
I mean, you could apply that to the 4th of July, too.
Yeah, or just, living in the world lately.
Right. Interpret it as you will.
Mm-hmm.
Elephant in the room, we forgot to... Well, we didn't forget. I forgot that we were going to record last week. I was visiting my parents' town for my brother's birthday, and I'm sitting at the counter of the diner where my little sister works, and I get a text from Lauren, I'm almost ready! And I'm like, oh, shit. I completely forgot about recording, even though we've done it at the same time every morning for, like, years.
Well, we haven't done it at the same time for years. We've switched days, we've switched times.
Well, yeah, but we've been doing it Saturday mornings for a while. So yeah, that was embarrassing, very unprofessional, I might add.
Oh dear.
Yeah, but we're here today.
Yeah.
And we have a lot to catch up on. So, Lauren, where are you at?
Today, I don't know. I just feel kind of down and blah and yuck. But I will say there were some good things this week.
What?
One. Well, I mean, I'm kind of proud of myself because one thing is I have this neighbor that lives above me. I mean, she saw me the weekend that I first moved in like a year ago. And we run into each other. We both have dogs, so, they sniff each other's butts and do what dogs do when they see each other. But I feel like 2 or 3 times now she's said, like, oh, like sometime we have to, like, sit out on one of our patios and just, like, have a wine night and have some girl time and chill and talk. And I'm always like, yeah, that sounds great, but it never happens. And I do have her phone number, like we shared numbers in case like anything happens at the complex and we gotta let people know. So I was just thinking of that last weekend, I know, and I just texted her. I was like, we keep saying that we should sit around, talk, and do a wine night. I was like, let's just plan it. And she immediately called me back and was like, yes, let's do it. So
oh my God.
We actually did that on Monday.
That's so cool. I'm so proud of you.
I know. It's just like, I made a social thing happen. Wow.
Wow. How was it?
It was pretty fun. I think, both of us agreed that because she was saying she had a friend visit her the week before and they just like sat around one afternoon and just talked. And she was like, I realize I don't get a lot of like hangout girl time anymore. And I was like, well, yeah, me too. Most of my time is like playing in a band. And so I'm with just my boyfriend or I'm with a bunch of guys.
Where you're recording your mental health podcast.
Exactly.
With your unprofessional co-host. I love that. That's actually really inspiring because I've been meaning to also get to know my neighbors better. Actually, my balcony, I share technically with my next door neighbor, but he is never out there. He even told us, my sister and I, like, I'm never out there, so you can use the furniture. You can do whatever we want.
Okay.
Which is great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I noticed he is often at home the same hours I'm at home. And there was a time before where like I lost my phone and he found it and he like called my sister to let her know. And I keep meaning to like bake him a loaf of bread or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I always convince myself that I'm bothering people.
Me too. That was definitely part of like why I wouldn't have reached out like that before to her and why I was nervous doing it, because I'm just kind of like, ugh, but who says they want to put up with me? I should just wait until they're ready. Then I know I'm not bothering anyone.
Well, and also, if you live next to them, there's the chance that it'll be awkward and then you'll have to like see them.
That's true.
Yeah, so that's really cool that you did that. I haven't seen the outside of your condo yet.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, hopefully I'll be visiting soon in person.
Mm-hmm.
I say that like I've made plans. I really want to, though.
You should come when we have a band show.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Yes. We shall have to coordinate that.
Yes. But yeah, just, like shaking something up was like unusual for me. And since it went well, it's like, that's great.
That's amazing. How did therapy go last week? Because I would know it was like kind of a big deal, wasn't it? I'm trying to remember where we were at like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I don't think anything was that big of a deal. We just kind of talked about more of the same stuff. But the next one, because I will go back to Michigan next Saturday or Sunday. I'm not sure yet. So that could play into scheduling, by the way, for recording. I'll let you know.
Cool.
But I remembered that, like, as we'd already gone like 10 minutes over, as we often do, I was like, oh shit, I'm going back to Michigan soon, and we got to talk about all the ways that, I'm kind of like nervous about facing my family, as always. And she was like, oh yeah, great. That's not till August, right? And I was like, no, that's July 12th. And she's like, oh shit. And she immediately like ran over and grabbed her laptop, and she's like, when can you do? She's like, we got to get a time in.
When can you do? Yeah. Oh, God. Does your family know, like, anything about the dog stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
My mom knows a little more of the story. I don't think I ever... Because when it happened, I did not tell my mom or my dad. I just, told them Pico passed. And they understood that he's very important.
Oh, well, yeah, obviously that.
Yeah, but I didn't say anything more. But later, I did tell my mom, I was like, yeah, so here's why it was harder than just, like, putting a dog down. It was...
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, like, at the recent events, do they know that the other dog died?
Yes, my mom does. Because, I mean, my dad, I've never even, like, told him the story, so that would mean nothing to him if I told him.
What are you most nervous about going home this time?
Comments on how I look. Like, I don't think of it right now because I feel like I've been in the same place for like several months now, so I don't, notice anything. But I know my mom said something when I was back there last time, and I just deflected, of course, and I was like, well... I know that after that, then I came back here, and over, I'd say, like, holiday time, like, whole, like, Thanksgiving, Christmas, winter holiday stuff, then I was like, yeah, probably, you can bleep it, dropped about, like, pounds off of that, so, it's just kind of like, I forget at this point, because I've maintained, but if my mom was already on my back, then I was like, that's not going to help.
Right. Yeah, if they haven't seen you in months.
Mm-hmm. And, my parents are just habitually terrible at addressing that kind of stuff, which is why I don't like to talk about it with them. So I don't want to deal with it.
I don't know if you can relate to this, but every time I go home and I've lost weight since the last time I've seen them, part of me is like daring them to say something. Because it's like in their face.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But then if they do say something, it's insanely triggering, and usually we fight about it. And I don't know.
For me, I've learned it's my parents, they've never, I feel like, made any effort to, like, truly understand. So if they say something, it's always, like, related to the most surface level thing. You know, it's like my mom would say something like, yes, it's triggering and it's also just dumb to me, where, you know, like she would say something like, oh, you look like you're getting really skinny. Are you eating? It's like, I'm always eating. That's how I've stayed alive.
Right. Well, and it's not like, I wonder why she's losing the weight, you know? Like, what could possibly be happening?
Yeah, and that's what it always seems to, go down to, is just like, oh, wow, I guess she doesn't like food. That's all it is. There's no mental anything behind why you do that. It must just be, I don't want to eat just to be a brat.
Man, the level of ignorance to have gone this long without, like, looking into that is wild.
Yeah, and I mean, the fact that when they have known that I've been in treatment, I'm like, they have been willing, they've participated in therapy sessions, like family sessions and things. So they shouldn't be so oblivious to it, but they somehow still are.
I feel like a lot of people are oblivious in your life.
Yeah.
Which is ironic because it only feeds into it, no pun intended.
Yeah. That's a good note because I have just like a couple little like things and stories that I thought of telling on this episode, and one of them involves me reading a journal entry from last week, which...
Yes! Yes! Oh my god! Christmas came early! Thank you, Uncle Sam! It's a 4th of July miracle.
God bless America.
Oh god. Okay, too far.
Yeah, sorry. I knew as soon as I said it.
Oh my god, what was I just about to say, though, about parents and weight? Oh yeah, my parents are pretty good about not saying anything when I've lost weight. I definitely notice, like, the concerned looks and stuff.
Yeah.
But they will say something, usually if I've gained weight. They'll say, like, oh, you look so good, or, you know, the H word, healthy.
Yes. It's so funny because my parents are the opposite, but both of those things just make me sigh and roll my eyes. Like, neither one is. Ugh.
Yeah.
Anything else on where you're at?
You never asked me where I'm at.
Okay. Where are you at?
I was waiting. Where am I at? Well, so like I said, last week I went to my old town to visit family. It was fun. I'm proud of myself also because I was a little nervous about my brother's birthday dinner because it was going to be at a seafood restaurant, and I already don't like eating indoors, really, like eating in restaurants if I can help it. And, you know, none of the stuff on the menu was stuff I could eat.
Right.
And family dinners are always super awkward. You can't really talk to people. It's just everyone kind of showing up.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. And so instead of going to the dinner, I took my brother out for coffee in the morning, and we had a really great conversation.
Oh, good.
He listens to Pickles and Vodka, by the way.
Oh, hello.
Yeah. Shout out David, fellow Cancer.
Happy late birthday.
Yeah, happy late birthday. And yeah, that whole weekend that I was there, I got to spend good quality one-on-one time with everyone that I wanted to.
That's awesome. That's so much better.
I know, it's so much better. And then I got to dip out before the dinner.
Yeah, even better.
And it was kind of perfect. And in the past, I would have just gone out of obligation.
But felt awkward the whole time and hated it, probably.
Right. And my parents would have spent like $50 on me for nothing. And I would have like felt bad about it. But yeah, I saw my little sister, Bonnie. I helped her move out of an apartment. I like went thrifting with my mom. My dad and I like made a budget, which I really needed to do.
Yeah.
And overall, it was a really good weekend. But, well, I shouldn't say but. And I completely exhausted myself.
Yeah.
It still hasn't really gotten to me that I can't really do that anymore. Like, I was social all weekend, and when I got back, I was in a terrible mood. I was sleeping late and having nightmares and all this stuff. I don't know. It's been a weird couple weeks since we last recorded. Nothing has really happened. I just find myself... What's that word we like? Malaise? I've been full of malaise, yes. I suppose. Just like discontent, restless, and yeah, the eating disorder behaviors have been cropping up with more frequency, I've noticed. And when that happens, I do tend to isolate more. I mean, no shit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But I notice, like, it's like a pulling away from everything. And it kind of shocked me how fast it happened.
Yeah.
And so I've been feeling really lonely, even though I'm surrounded by friends and, like, I get invites to do things. I've just been... First, I was able to just brush it off to exhaustion. Like, sorry, I can't. I'm too tired.
Right.
I have had work as an excuse, too, because I've been, like, working on an audiobook. But yeah, it feels shitty. And because I'm so self-aware, I'm just, like, beating myself up over it because I feel like I'm not allowed to feel lonely because it's all my fault.
But feelings aren't your fault. They just happen.
What?
I love when I blow your mind.
Oh my god. Also, I have a confession to make.
Yes.
I've been smoking cigarettes.
Oh.
I was listening to our episode a few weeks ago where we were joking about, like, are we telling people to smoke cigarettes instead of vape? And that episode hit a little different now, let me tell you.
And apparently you took that advice.
I did take my own advice. It's so nice. And God, I'll probably cut this too, but like, I've never been a regular cigarette smoker.
Yeah. And
so I hear stories of like people smoking for like appetite suppression, and I'm like, oh, it's never had that effect on me. But it turns out it's true.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, it actually, like, longtime smoker, what is it, like, dulls your sense of taste and smell. So, like, things aren't even that appetizing.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like the first few weeks I was on Wellbutrin, I had no appetite.
Yeah, that didn't happen to me at all. I remember starting it and, you know, kind of like hoping, like, hey, maybe. And I was like, nah, didn't do really.
We're not triggering people or ourselves. We're just being real.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to be able to talk about this stuff with someone who gets it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Without worrying that I'm, like, triggering everybody.
I know. Sometimes it's been frustrating for me, like, people that I have met through, you know, like, different sort of treatments, like, you know, a group therapy or something, and just someone and I get along and we stay friends. And it's like, they're that person for me. And then they start doing better. And like, I'm of course happy for them. But a part of me is sad because I'm just like, but I'm not. And now I've lost that.
Yeah. Oh man, that's so real. That grief that you feel. Well, I guess it is grief when someone else moves forward. It's like when you're single and you have a single friend and then they get into a relationship and you never see them anymore.
Yeah, it's like when you have a relationship with someone and then suddenly they don't need you in the same way anymore. I think that's a loss.
Yeah, you're happy for them.
Of course. Not like, no, I want all my friends to stay sick so that they can be like me.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's tough. But yeah, that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
Yeah, smoking cigarettes and feeling weird.
Feeling weird.
Yeah, and the heat doesn't help.
No.
I hate it.
I agree with that completely because, yeah, I have had, like, the last few weeks the same thing, like that general just kind of malaise, as you said.
Yes.
And I especially noticed this past week, I was like, well, I can tell you that this hot-ass humid weather isn't doing that any favors. Really.
Yeah. I feel like I have reverse seasonal depression. I really struggle with my mental health when it's hot outside.
Me too.
I'm so done with Virginia. It's so humid and so hot. Anyway, you have a topic.
I do. I was kind of like refreshing myself what I was thinking, but...
Oh, I can shut up for a second.
Pulling up my message to you for how I worded it for you to think on.
Da, 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 da.
Here we go. Telling you my idea, I said, so to paraphrase, it was like, we always start with where you at, but what about where is your physical health at? How does that play into your current mental health?
So I've been thinking about this all week and facing some unwanted realities. I don't have the best physical health, and maybe it's just like delusion, but in my mind, physical health and mental health are like completely different, but obviously there's a connection. But I don't like to think about that, because if there is, then that means I don't have to be this miserable, because if I took care of my body better, my mental health would be better. And yeah.
You're not going to like this. That sounds like a lot of black and white statements, though.
I know! God, it is. It really is.
It is doing a lot of predicting. It is saying, if I take care of myself physically, then my mental health will be better, because that is the trajectory that these things always follow.
Even though I have been very physically healthy, eating 3 meals and 3 snacks a day and not doing any drugs, and miserable. Because I wasn't taking care of the issues that were causing me to be sick in the first place. All I did was go to the hospital and like get treatment for a few months. Speaking of,
Yeah, which, we've talked about this, I'm sure, that like that kind of thing is sort of like, if you're spiraling, it's an interruption. It's not like, oh, I went, to the hospital for a couple of days and now I'm fixed.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, there's a place for that, Like, if you're really medically unstable, then I think you need to become stabilized before you can deal with your mental health.
Right.
And I mean, vice versa, I guess. If, like, my wheels are turning right now. I mean, what was going through your head when you picked that topic? Was there something that triggered it?
I was going to say, so here's probably the main thing, and I'll just maybe talk a little bit about my whole journey with this.
Please.
Feeling like, and this could be part of the heat too, but feeling lately just like this overwhelming physical exhaustion. I mean, I've been depressed for a good damn long time, and more so than this at different times. So it's kind of like, your body enough to know when I'm like, this is something different. This is not, the same way that depression makes you feel tired and unmotivated and everything like that. Like, this is extreme more than I've felt. And for some reason, my mind went back and thought of the last time that I was in treatment, then one of the last blood tests that I had to get. It came back that my ferritin, like that's your iron storage in your body, that was flagged because a healthy number should be between like 25 and 200 or something like that. And mine was 2.
Oh!
Yeah.
I was going to say, that's a huge range.
Yeah. But I mean, that when you already have a big range like that, then I always feel like it's something where it's like, oh yeah, you say that, so if someone, just gets like 25, you can be like, cool, you're healthy, go away. But most people probably don't feel good at that, if that's the range, So I'm thinking like already that, and then, it was 2.
Your body's like, hold my beer.
Right. And the fact that when they saw that, it was flagged, but I just got told, they were like, oh yeah, so your iron is low, so just pick up some iron supplements and have it tested again in a couple months. And even then, I remember I was like, I don't know, that's a really low number. That sounds a little negligent.
Yeah.
And so I went down a nice, like Google AI deep dive. By the way, Google AI was surprisingly reassuring. I felt.
Of course, AI always reassures people, no matter what they say.
But it was not the same thing. It was kind of fun because I was like, it's not the same thing as like looking up stuff on WebMD, and that historically is bad for hypochondriacs because it'll convince you you're dying. It wasn't that kind of thing. Yeah, it was just more like it was telling me like, yeah, you were treated badly. I was like, well, thank you, Google AI.
Well, yeah, I could have told you that.
But yeah, going through a deep dive where, and I could just kind of like write little things in the chat. I was like, my doctor didn't seem that concerned. And that's what they said. They were like, an iron level that low is considered a medical emergency. You can't bring it back up just by like diet. Like most people would have to have iron infusions at that point.
Well, yeah, the fact that they suggested supplements is laughable.
Exactly. And not even, like prescribe like the correct one at a high dose or something. They're just like, yeah, go get some.
That's insane.
I know.
Did you reach out to them after that?
Well, no, of course. I just did what they said, and, and I got some iron supplement and took it until it was gone, and I never retested or anything like that. So this is what I'm finding out, is how difficult it is when it's that low to raise it. So I'm like, that I could have actually been living with this the entire time. It could still be in the toilet.
Probably.
So yeah.
Wait, how long ago was that?
Like 2 years ago.
Okay. I mean, see, that's why I think this topic is so hard for me, because I'm in denial about so much. I'd prefer to just not think about it. I think we all are to some extent.
Yeah.
But things like that just horrify me.
Yeah. So thinking about all of that, and thinking, yes, about like my reaction and, how it's like, well, they were obviously negligent, but I just, like shrugged my shoulders and said, okay, if you're going to be that way, then I guess I just won't do much or care about it either. So that was what I kind of was thinking when I journaled. And I wrote, I am not okay and no one cares. So really, why is it such a surprise that I don't care about myself either? I'm only reflecting what's been ingrained in me for years. Most of my life, honestly. If everyone keeps telling me I am nothing to be concerned about, then guess what? I'll start to believe it and live that way too. Instead, the message I seem to get from other people is, well, you're supposed to want to take care of yourself and be concerned about your own well-being. But honestly, why would I think that? Where would I have gotten that idea?
Oh my god, I'm nodding furiously. Holy shit. Well, that's what I was thinking earlier when you brought this up. I was like, well, that's assuming that I care about my physical health.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I guess I do, like, philosophically, but when it comes to reality, like, my actions don't say that I care about my physical health. I mean, I'm smoking cigarettes, for instance. I need to let that sink in.
I'd kind of, realize that, because I realize, like, that's why I don't follow up on things that, like, other people don't seem to understand why I wouldn't, because I realize, like, oh, they have that self-preservation that I don't. And so that's where I was, like, taking it a step back, and I was like, of course I don't. I've been told you're fine. You can take care of yourself all my life. So people keep saying, like, oh, no, you're fine. Yeah, you're nothing to worry about. No worries. Then I'm like, well, yeah. So then that's how I feel about myself.
And that's just blowing my mind, too, because, like, we've talked about seeking help and being told that, your levels are normal when we're suicidal or, like, abusing laxatives or throwing up every day or whatever. Oh, your levels are normal, so it's fine. But in that case, your levels were not normal, and they still told you that they still acted like... and, like, oh, this drives me fucking crazy. Like, we are, white women who are thin, and you'd think we'd be the demographic that it would be most easy to get help for our eating disorders.
Right, right.
I can't even imagine, like, what people in larger bodies or, like, people of color have to go through. It's just, it doesn't give me a lot of hope.
No.
Not that I had much to begin with, but, like, oh my god, the fact that your iron was that low, I just can't stop thinking about that. And
I know. I mean, even me with, like how I come at my own health, and I'm just kind of like, yeah, whatever. I'm sure it'll straighten itself out. That's what I remember. I was like, it has to be pretty bad if even I was stopped in my tracks. Like, I don't think that's right. That's a really low number.
Yeah. And it's always on the individual to take care of themselves. It's never like we were talking about your parents earlier, not really expressing an interest in the deeper issues. Like, when someone is that sick, or even just struggling in general, it's up to the community to notice these things. And that includes parents, that includes doctors, that includes friends. Like, that's their job.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, if you either, like, care about this person, or, yeah, like a medical professional, and this is literally your profession, then, yeah, that is their responsibility. I mean, not completely. I don't want to, like, take any say, like, I should just sit back and wait for people to help me. But it's also not their responsibility.
Right.
Especially, yeah, like a medical professional, because literally that is your job.
Yeah. I mean, going back to what you were saying earlier about nothing being black and white, it's both. Like, you do need to be responsible for your health to some extent. You can't just sit around and wait for other people to notice and help you. And if you're in that position, it's extremely hard to, A, be motivated to take care of yourself, or B, if you haven't been trained to look out for things, or if someone has told you something's fine your whole life and then it's not. Like, how are you supposed to know?
Yeah.
I just... This makes me think of when I was 26, the summer that I relapsed on alcoholism. Well, I relapsed on bulimia kind of out of the blue, but the alcoholism had been steadily building, to be fair. It just took like a nosedive. So that was the year that I decided to move to Seattle and just get away from everyone and essentially die. I was drinking every night and blacking out and binging and purging, and I still looked pretty normal.
Yeah.
I was working and everything. I wasn't thinking about my physical health, because when you're in your 20s, especially,
of course, yeah,
it feels like you're invincible. And I had been doing those things for years at that point, on and off, and had never faced any serious medical repercussions. And yeah, that was the year my dad got a new life insurance policy or whatever, and all of us kids had to be medically evaluated.
Oh.
And so someone came to the house and like took samples to be tested, and my results were horrendous. I was like in the beginning stages of liver disease. And so they said I was not eligible to be on his plan. And so, yeah, to this day, I'm one of the only ones that won't get that benefit when he dies.
Wow.
The other one is my brother, who is in jail. And you'd think that would be a huge wake-up call, but I kept drinking. And that's how deep the denial is.
Well, yeah, I'm thinking, like, even when you, like, see the actual evidence like that, you still can kind of convince yourself, especially you said, like, in your 20s, that you're just kind of like, well, yeah, but, you know, I have not seen an actual crisis happen, so, you know, that's probably blown out of proportion, and my body can handle it.
I still kind of think that way.
And it's like, yeah, you literally were just told that you're killing yourself, and yet you're still just kind of like, yeah, but not that much.
The difference now is that it's harder to ignore in my 30s, and I mean, I can only imagine it gets harder and harder to ignore.
In your 40s? Yes.
Right. And that scares me. Like, my sister and I were having this conversation the other day. She was like, I really need to pay attention to my bone health, because after 30, like, a woman's bone health really declines unless you, like, take care of it, I guess. And I was like, oh shit, should I be paying attention to that? Nah, it'll be fine. But I know I'm not, quote unquote, healthy. Like, friend of the pod, Janai, was giving me shit for not taking vitamins, like, ever. I've never really taken vitamins.
Yeah, me neither, actually.
Which is harm reduction. A very doable, accessible form of harm reduction for people with eating disorders.
Yes.
I would say. And yeah, I've never really done that. I don't even really work out that much these days because it's so fucking hot. I just sit at home and, like, waste away, essentially. And I'm just like, when is the shit gonna hit the fan?
Yes.
And also, I can't be waiting for the shit to hit the fan, because it might never in the way that I'm expecting.
Yeah. I feel like I'm still full of, you know, all the same denial, but like you said, as you get older, it gets a little harder to ignore, so it is just kind of like, yeah, I'm in this denial and I really don't think anything's going to happen, but it might. That's what starts to creep in a little more, that it's just kind of like, but do I really think that I could just keep going like this forever? Odds are, no.
And that's the thing. For all I know, years are being shaved off my life. I mean,
Exactly.
They probably are.
Yeah.
But everyone dies, you know? We all gotta go sometime. I'm like, I could be hit by a bus tomorrow and none of it matters. It's really easy for me to just kind of be nihilistic about everything.
Yeah, and I know, I think of that too a lot, that it's just like, this probably just means like I'm taking years off the end of my life. And I was like, but my family's got like quite the longevity for the most part anyways. So what? I could have lived until like 90 and now I'm going to live till 82. No big deal.
Right. Or you see stories of people who like smoke a pack a day and they live to be like 100. I mean, with my luck, that'll be me because I'm still alive somehow.
Yeah, I feel like that too. So always, I'm just kind of like, I'll be the one that's doing all this terrible stuff to myself and somehow survive.
God, this will really age poorly if something happens.
Thank you.
I got you. Oh, God. Yeah, even talking about it, I feel kind of like I don't know, I'm looking at something I don't want to look at. Like, even though I know this isn't true, the fact that we're talking about it, I feel like I'm gonna find something wrong now.
I mean, we'll see if I do anything, because I haven't even like had a GP in 2 years or more, maybe more like 3 at this point. But actually, how this all came about, that I feel like is a way that works for, because again, not good at taking care of my own health. So, trying to find what a regular doctor or something like that, and immediately try and talk myself out of it. Like, well, yeah, but nothing's really going on. What are you going to do? Just go there and sound like you're whining? Yeah, they won't care. But I feel like I've framed it in a way because, back to the whole, like, iron thing I'm curious about, because I had a thought where I was like, should I try to, like, maybe start including some meat, at least, like, chicken or things that don't disgust me? Because, that is always the best source of iron. And then I was just like, well, I don't want to make a decision like that until I get it tested again. So then I feel like that sounds like me not being hysterical. Like, I already have to, like, censor myself. Like, I can go in and request this test, just say, like, yeah, it was really low a few years ago. I've been vegetarian for 10 plus years, and I don't really want to change that, but I would consider it if it's still low, So I just want to know. I'm not actually worried about myself. This is just to make, like, a moral decision.
What do you mean hysterical?
Like, if I feel like I would not probably believe that I could just go in and be like, so, yeah, my iron was, like, negligently low last time it was tested, and I have no idea if it ever came up. I kind of still feel like crap. And just be like, oh, I'm sure it's fine.
Oh, you don't want to, like...
sound like I'm, like, overreacting.
You're like, oh, it's because I'm vegetarian, that's it.
Yeah, it's really just because I have to make this decision, and I need the facts.
I mean, either way, you go to the doctor. I feel like it's probably a good thing to do regardless. And I don't know. I've also been kind of reconsidering being plant-based. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I don't want to, I don't know. I'm not ready to have this conversation.
That's fine.
But I do know that I'm missing a lot of supplements because I'm plant-based. And I also know that I am plant-based largely because of my eating disorder. Mm-hmm. So hence the not being ready to have that conversation.
Yeah. I think for me, that part is easier because, I mean, becoming vegetarian, I know that it's like, becoming vegetarian does not make you lose weight. There's plenty of fattening food that vegetarians can and will eat. So right. Like I even had to like tell myself, because I was afraid because people will do that, and I was just like, no. It literally was just a moral decision. Like, I don't think I'm going to lose any weight off of it. And just me in general not really ever liking meat.
Right.
So I was like, I'm not going to miss it really either.
Yeah, fuck the meat industry.
Yeah.
There's a lot of legitimate reasons to be vegetarian.
Mm-hmm.
This whole conversation is kind of making me think about how not normal we are. And, like, I wonder how much better I would feel mentally if I was taking care of my body more.
I think about that a lot. Yeah.
I know. Because it's like, and I'm not just talking about food and weight. I'm talking about things like wanting to be social, like libido, for instance, or like having energy to go out and do things with people, having less brain fog. Like maybe I would write more if I wasn't so preoccupied with food and weight. It's almost like your physical health affects everything.
What?
Yeah. Crazy.
Almost like your physical and mental health are tied together.
Oh my God. Like low-key having a panic attack. No. But, I mean, I know that I could test out this theory.
I know.
Yes. And speaking of things not being black and white, I know there are things I can do now that would feel safe and improve my physical health. Like, I got protein shakes this week and protein bars to have on hand because I know it's been hard for me to, like, cook things. Like, when I'm in my kitchen, even if I have a stocked pantry, I just don't feel like cooking. I don't feel like eating anything.
Yes.
And so I'll just, like, pace around trying to decide what to eat for, like, hours.
Well, that's what I was thinking, too, when we were talking, like, me being vegetarian, you being vegan. Like, of course, people can do it healthily, but
I'm not.
You just confirmed that you are similar to me, where it's just like, but I know I'm not doing it that way because I am the same way. That it's just like, I just get exhausted at the thought. I don't necessarily make sure I have all I need for a vegetarian meal.
Look, can't I be vegan for the animals and because I have an eating disorder? Two things can be true.
I was just going to say, both can be true.
But for real, I can continue to be vegan and I can take steps to take care of my body and to get the supplements I need. I just don't.
Right.
And part of it is because it's so overwhelming. I don't know what to do. Like, no one taught me about what vitamins I need and like...
Same.
Yeah.
No one even told me that, I need any medical attention unless I'm, like, in a crisis. And I'm not.
And then you were in a crisis and they still told you don't need any medical attention. So, like, again, all the responsibility is on the person to do their own research. And it's expensive, too. Supplements are expensive. Healthy food is expensive.
Yes.
And people don't have time to do all that research or to exercise in a non-disordered way, Like, one thing that I can do for my physical health that would improve my mental health a lot is get a bicycle. Since I moved to Richmond, I have not had a working bicycle, and it's really affected my mental health negatively.
I can see that, because I know you ride a lot.
I rode a lot, yeah. And I don't... And so this week, I finally gave away the bike I had that wasn't working to someone who really wanted it. And I'm now shopping around actively for a bicycle.
Okay, good.
So yeah, it's funny because when I was living in my old town and biking every day, I was eating more because my appetite was healthy because I was working out so much. I was just naturally hungry.
Yeah.
And that's a huge part of it. Like when I sit around in the house all day.
Yeah, it's hard to be motivated to feed yourself when you're just kind of like, I feel like I've done nothing and blah.
Not that we need to like be active to deserve to eat. That's another thing, like fallacy that I know is deeply ingrained in my mind. Kind of related to the fallacy that like if I'm not being productive, I don't deserve to exist.
Yeah.
Which is a whole other podcast episode. But yeah, I mean, harm reduction could really come in handy here. And yet, I don't place the same precedence on my physical health. I'm always talking about my mental health, but this whole conversation is really making me face the fact that physical health is just as important. And I need to make some changes.
So this is a hard thing to think about for both of us, I think.
Yeah, I think going to the doctor would be good.
I think also for both of us, yes. Even though I don't want to.
I know. Also, it's really hard because like everyone has a wait list and then not everyone takes your insurance and
I can't remember if we talked about this before. Like for me, I feel like it's almost harder being in a large city and having a major health insurance carrier because, they've got something you can look up and like who's taking patients, but I'm going to get like 200 results. And I'm like, I don't know. How do I know if I choose the right one? If I choose somebody that sucks, I'll know that there's so many other out there, but it also is going to just prolong the time. So do I just go with it? Or do I say, let's try again, wait a couple months for the next appointment, hope it works?
Yes.
Where if I was in like a very small town, then I could just be like, well, there's 3 doctors to choose from. This one's a woman of color, so I'll probably go to her.
Yeah. I mean, it's the ADHD decision paralysis at play, like there's too many choices and I don't know what to pick. And so I'm not going to pick anything.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been using ZocDoc to search for doctors in my area. And first of all, it's hard to find an in-person one. Almost all of them are online, which is weird because how are you supposed to like do a physical over a webcam? Like I could say anything.
Yeah, I hate that too.
I hate it.
It's virtual now.
Yeah, and so I don't know what I'm going to do, but at least we're talking about it.
I didn't figure out how to segue into this, but do you want to hear something crazy?
Always.
Okay.
Oh my god. Wait. Can I pee first?
Yes.
I feel like this is going to be juicy.
Okay, yeah. Your jaw will drop.
Okay, BRB. Okay. I am back.
So, I guess it relates a little bit because this is going to be a boyfriend story, sort of.
Oh boy.
And when I'm thinking of the stuff we just talked about, then I do always think, like, in contrast, I feel like he is somebody that clearly displays a very high self-preservation for physical health. Sometimes almost annoying. Just saying, like, once I remember he called me and he was like, so I took the morning off because I decided to schedule an urgent care visit because I've had, like, some stuff in my throat the past couple days and, been, like, clearing my throat a lot. And I was like, what?
Men.
Yeah. I mean, I'm thinking,
babies.
Like, what did you think they were even going to tell you? Like, okay, you have some seasonal allergies, you have a mild cold. Like, you don't need to go to a doctor for that.
Urgent care. I can't even imagine.
I know.
Not us shitting over him because he takes care of himself.
Well, that's why I said, I was like, it's in contrast where I'm like, I wish I had some of that, though sometimes you annoy me with it.
Right. Okay, go on.
We kind of had an argument recently about this because, I feel like as he's going through some mental health stuff, he's kind of been like using me and burdening me with and expecting me to carry all of it. And, finally, I think, realized that himself and was like, and he's been, in therapy before. So he's like, I think I really need to find someone. I was like, yes, I fully support that. Do that.
Yes. All the Pickles and Vodka listeners are like, yes.
Well, don't get too excited because, and again, it takes like a month to get in and see someone. So that happened recently. And after that, then he comes back and he tells me about it, and I realize immediately that he did not schedule with a therapist. He scheduled with a psychiatric nurse.
Like, he wants meds?
Well, that's, first of all, I know that he has a good relationship, like, with his regular doctor who is willing to prescribe him psych meds and, I think has recently, maybe currently is. So I was like, no, you need someone to talk about all the shit in your brain. You don't need someone to throw more meds at you. I thought you were doing the right thing, and you kind of didn't.
It's not like he doesn't know the difference.
Right. But also when he's talking about that, he said, because he's also said the person's name, and it's an odd name. It's an odd he just said a first name, and it's an odd first name. And I was like, oh, I've heard that name. I was like, probably, like, different therapists here have suggested this person to me, which means, I don't know, it's probably someone that works with a lot of eating disorder patients. So I was like, that's a strange choice for you to just out of the blue find this person. It gets weirder because I was looking up, like doctors and things like that for myself. and I saw one of the places, I saw the name, and I was like, oh, I think that's it. And I clicked on it, and as soon as I saw the face, I was like, oh, shit. My first 2 times in treatment in PHP, she was their psych nurse.
No way. And
So
now he saw her?
The person he's going to, I was like, I've seen her.
What are the odds? Especially since it's a big city.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell?
And I guess I told my therapist this, and yeah, she, because I knew her because she worked as direct care when I was in that treatment center. So I was like, did you cross paths with this person? She's like, oh yeah, I know her and everything. And she's like, her specialty is like med management for eating disorder patients that are also diabetic. So she's just like, what a weird choice. And she also agreed, she's like, I know her. She should not be trying to do therapy if he thinks that he's going to get both. It's like, she agreed with me. She's like, that's the wrong way. But also, what just has floored me, and I haven't said anything yet, I don't know how I will say it, is just being like, she knows me. She's seen me.
Yeah. Even if she was a therapist, it would be like a conflict of interest.
Yeah.
Or something. Wouldn't that, like, it just seems unethical somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm assuming, yeah, he would want to talk about you.
Yeah.
And, oh my God.
I know.
Wow. Does he know that?
No, I haven't yet, because I just realized it like this past week, and I was like, I don't even know how to bring that up.
Oh my God.
That was when my heart was doing weird things at the end of that stay. So that's what, like, the first thing I thought is I was like, oh yeah, she knows me. She knows, she sat there that day when I felt lightheaded at lunch and went in and, they had the little, like, finger pulse thing that she put on, and I just sat there and watched my pulse go from 55 up to 100 and back down and back up. So I was like, yeah, we've hung up.
Holy shit. And now you would never in a million years be able to guess that you would be dating someone who would also go to see her.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God. I don't know. I don't even know what to make of that.
Again, I mean, 2 big treatment centers in St. Louis. So yes, like, if you're talking to somebody else who's dealing with an eating disorder, then yeah, we know a lot of the same therapists. We've shared a lot of treatment providers. But someone not going for that at all? I was like, why the hell did you pick this person? Why did this happen?
Why did he pick that person?
I don't know.
I have so many questions.
I know.
And also, yeah, he needs to see a real therapist.
Yes.
Well, I don't know where to go from there.
No.
Are you doing anything else today on this 250th birthday of hell?
No, we went out last night and we have a band meeting scheduled for tomorrow. So today I will just try and stay inside as much as possible.
Yes, same.
Luckily, when we were commenting on this in general, like, people have not been crazy with the fireworks this year.
Oh, the city of Richmond actually canceled their fireworks show because of the heat wave.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's how hot it is here. And it's only fair because they canceled Pride due to the rain a few weeks ago. So take that, America. I don't know.
But yeah, so I guess, I haven't really heard any, like, neighborhood ones or anything. So I guess tonight is the night I find out if Taco freaks out by fireworks. Because I'm sure there will be tonight. But I'm glad they did not go on. Like, sometimes they start, like, June 29th. People are already setting shit off. I'm like, shut up.
We've had them in our neighborhood.
I'm fine. Like, I'm not going to be a buzzkill if you want to set some off on the 4th. But you don't need to do it the entire week beforehand.
Yeah. I'm guessing people are, like, shooting their guns up in the air and stuff.
Yeah, that's something nice, too. Where I live now, there will probably be less people shooting their guns in the air.
I thought you were going to say, that's so nice, that people are shooting their guns in the air.
No, we were talking about that, too. Like, when I lived in, the apartment that you visited, there was, fireworks going off and people shooting their guns all over. I was like, probably more guns there.
God, what a magical country we live in.
I love that tradition, because people don't seem to understand that bullets come back down.
Yeah.
There's always destroyed cars, injuries, people get killed.
On my way to my DBT group, there's a gun store that's called the Great Southern Gun Store. And every time I pass by it, I'm like, man, it would be so easy to just go and buy a gun. Like, the intrusive thoughts.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, God. Anyway, have a great week, everybody.
Yeah.
Don't buy a gun.
Happy 4th.
Happy Pickles and Vodka record day.
Yeah. Okay.
And we'll see you next week.
Yep.
Bye. If you like what you heard, tell a friend about the podcast. You can send them to picklesandvodka.substack.com, where they can listen to our entire catalog and find our newest merch. We love hearing from our listeners, so leave us a voice message at speakpipe.com/picklesandvodka. My personal Instagram is at xcjumperx, and Lauren's is at Lauren3_AFH. We'll see you next week.